The Sahara Desert, a place of immense size and harsh beauty. The Sahara is the largest hot desert in the world, stretching over 9 million square kilometers. Its vast expanse is characterized by endless sand dunes, rocky plateaus, and arid valleys. We imagine endless dunes, scorching sun, and a profound silence. The desert is often seen as a barren wasteland, where life struggles to survive under the relentless heat and lack of water. But recently, something unbelievable happened. The skies over the Sahara darkened with dramatic clouds, signaling an unusual weather event. Rain, and lots of it, fell upon the Sahara. This wasn't just a light drizzle. It was a torrential downpour that lasted for hours, transforming the landscape in ways that seemed almost magical. This isn't just unusual, it's almost unheard of. The Sahara receives less than 3 inches of rain annually, making this event a rare phenomenon. The result? Floods in the desert. Water pooled in areas that had been dry for centuries, creating temporary lakes and streams. This surprising event has captivated the world. Scientists, environmentalists, and curious onlookers alike have been drawn to this extraordinary occurrence, eager to understand its implications. How can a place so dry experience such dramatic flooding? The answer lies in a combination of factors that have converged to create this rare event. The answer lies in a complex interplay of climate change, unusual weather patterns, and the unique geography of the Sahara itself. Climate change has led to more extreme weather events worldwide, and the Sahara is no exception. It is a stark reminder that our planet is changing in ways we are only beginning to understand. The flooded desert serves as a powerful symbol of the unpredictable and far-reaching impacts of climate change, urging us to pay closer attention to our environment and the changes happening around us. The Sahara Desert is vast. It stretches across North Africa, covering an area larger than the continental United States. This immense desert is known for its extreme dryness. Rainfall is scarce and unpredictable. Temperatures soar during the day, only to plummet at night. Life here has adapted to these harsh conditions. Plants and animals have developed remarkable ways to survive with minimal water. The Sahara may seem desolate, but it is a place of incredible resilience. Yet even the Sahara is not immune to the impacts of a changing world. Our planet is warming. This warming trend, driven by human activities, is causing shifts in climate patterns worldwide. The Sahara is no exception. Scientists have observed that the Sahara Desert is expanding. This expansion is linked to changes in rainfall patterns, driven in part by climate change. As global temperatures rise, the atmosphere can hold more moisture. This can lead to more intense rainfall events, even in typically dry areas like the Sahara. Additionally, climate change is altering air circulation patterns, which can influence where and how much rain falls. In 2024, the Sahara experienced an extremely rare event-heavy rainfall. Over a short period, some areas received more rain than they typically see in an entire year. This deluge overwhelmed the dry ground, leading to widespread flooding. The normally dry riverbeds transformed into raging torrents. The cause of this unusual weather? Meteorologists point to an extremely unstable tropical air mass that moved over the Sahara. This unusual atmospheric condition brought with it a massive amount of moisture, resulting in the unexpected downpours. Section 5 Oasis or Mirage, the ecological impact. The floods in the Sahara brought a sudden and dramatic change to the desert ecosystem. Torrential rains, which are rare in this arid region, transformed the barren landscape almost overnight. The parched earth, which had not seen water in years, suddenly found itself inundated, creating temporary lakes and rivers where there was once only sand. The influx of water, while destructive in some ways, also provided a much-needed lifeline for many desert plants and animals. The sudden availability of water allowed dormant seeds to germinate, leading to a burst of green across the desert floor. Plants that had adapted to survive in the harshest conditions now thrived, creating a temporary oasis in the midst of the desert. Dormant seeds burst to life, painting the desert green. This sudden greening of the desert provided food and shelter for a variety of wildlife. Birds, insects, and mammals that had struggled to find sustenance now had an abundance of resources. Animals that had struggled to find water now had an abundance. Species such as gazelles, foxes, and various rodents flocked to the newly formed waterholes, taking advantage of the temporary bounty. Predators, too, found it easier to hunt, as their prey gathered around these vital water sources. However, the long-term ecological impact of these floods remains uncertain. While the immediate effects are beneficial for many species, the sudden change in the environment can also lead to unforeseen consequences. The delicate balance of the desert ecosystem, which has evolved over millennia to survive in extreme conditions, has been disrupted. While some species benefit from the increased water availability, others may struggle to adapt to the sudden change. The rapid growth of vegetation can alter the habitat in ways that are not immediately apparent. For example, certain plants may outcompete others, leading to a shift in the types of food available for herbivores. The delicate balance of the desert ecosystem has been disrupted, and the consequences are still unfolding. Scientists are closely monitoring the situation, studying how these changes affect the various species that call the Sahara home. The long-term impact of these floods will reveal much about the resilience and adaptability of desert ecosystems in the face of sudden environmental changes. Section 6. A double-edged sword, human impacts. For the communities living on the edges of the Sahara, the floods brought both challenges and opportunities. The sudden influx of water overwhelmed infrastructure, leading to damage and displacement. Roads became impassable and homes were flooded. The floods served as a stark reminder of the power of nature and the vulnerability of human settlements. However, the floods also brought much-needed water to a region often plagued by drought. The water replenished wells and allowed for the temporary expansion of agriculture. For some communities, the floods were a mixed blessing, bringing both hardship and a brief period of relief. Section 7. Ripples in the sand global climate effects. The Sahara Desert, one of the most iconic and expansive deserts on Earth, plays a significant role in global climate systems. Its vast stretches of sand and unique geographical features make it a key player in the Earth's atmospheric dynamics. The vast desert influences air circulation patterns and dust transport, which can impact weather patterns far beyond the Sahara itself. The winds that sweep across the desert can lift fine particles of sand and dust high into the atmosphere, creating massive dust storms that can travel thousands of miles. The recent floods and the changes in the Sahara's climate they represent could have far-reaching consequences. These unusual weather events are a stark reminder of the dynamic and ever-changing nature of our planet's climate. Flooding in such an arid region is not just a local anomaly, but a signal of broader climatic shifts. For instance, the Sahara is a major source of dust in the atmosphere. This dust, rich in minerals, plays a crucial role in various ecological and climatic processes. It fertilizes the Amazon rainforest, supports marine life in the Atlantic, and even affects the health of human populations by influencing air quality. This dust can travel across continents, affecting air quality and even influencing hurricane formation in the Atlantic Ocean. The interaction between Saharan dust and atmospheric conditions can either suppress or enhance hurricane activity, demonstrating the interconnectedness of global weather systems. Changes in rainfall patterns in the Sahara could alter these dust transport patterns, with unknown consequences for global climate. As rainfall increases or decreases, the amount of dust lifted into the atmosphere could change, potentially impacting everything from agricultural productivity in distant lands to the frequency and intensity of tropical storms. The Sahara, though seemingly remote and desolate, is intricately linked to the health and stability of our global climate system. Section 8. The Sahara's Tale, a Warning. The recent floods in the Sahara Desert are a powerful reminder of the interconnectedness of our planet. Events in one part of the world can have ripple effects that are felt far away. The changing climate is affecting every corner of our planet, even the most extreme environments like the Sahara. The Sahara's story is a warning. It highlights the urgency of addressing climate change and adapting to a world where extreme weather events are becoming more common. We must act now to mitigate the impacts of climate change and protect the delicate balance of our planet. Section 9. What can we do? The challenges posed by climate change can feel overwhelming, but there is hope. We can all play a part in creating a more sustainable future. By reducing our carbon footprint, supporting clean energy, and advocating for policy changes, we can help mitigate the impacts of climate change. Furthermore, we can support research and conservation efforts aimed at understanding and protecting vulnerable ecosystems like the Sahara Desert. By working together, we can create a future where both humanity and nature can thrive.